Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, I'm your host Brian Lockerman, and again we have Nikki Wesley behind the controls. How's it going, Nikki?
Hello, this is going to be a good one, and we have Russell back.
I know. We get a lot of emails from people asking about previous guests, and today we have a return guest. His name is Russell Reynolds from Mastro Defense Systems. Welcome back, Russell.
Thank you so much, Brian. Good to be back.
Very good. Now, it's my understanding that there's been a lot of stuff happening in your world these days, huh?
Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff happening. Classes are expanding. MDS North America is growing, which is mdsnorthamerica.com. You can check it out. Cliff Odette, the head of MDS North America under Fred Mastro, is expanding. We've got a level 1 and level 2 certification happening in Indiana in October. So that's exciting. Fred Mastro himself will be returning to the U.S. for that event. Yeah, so that's exciting.
Okay, so you're doing classes obviously out in the Westlake Village area right now. Now, is that like considered another branch of Mastro Defense Systems? Is that what you're starting right now, or is it just a continuation?
Yeah, it's all under the MDS umbrella.
Okay.
Right. So what I've been focusing on a lot is teaching the self-defense and crime awareness classes, because it's not about just close quarters combatives, which MDS is good at, but awareness. The number one tool that you have to defend yourself is your mind. So if you don't know the problem, you can't do anything to stop it. So I'm teaching people to be aware of, the anomalies to look for, because let's be honest, crime in California and the U.S., it's not going down, it's going up. They're decriminalizing crime. And so I'm teaching church groups, women's groups, even gun owners groups, because a lot of people, as you know, they get a gun and suddenly think that, well, that's all I need.
I know.
No, that's the last thing. That's the last resort.
Yeah, right on the money there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to give Russell a little bit of big head here right now.
What's that?
He's been doing events with us. And when he did our first event with us with the VCGO, which is the Ventura County Gun Owners Association, he was a rock star up there. He did his presentation, and the people got so engaged with what he was doing. In fact, he got to use Nikki as a stage dummy. She got to get beat up on stage a little bit. I said, Russell, go.
Don't you call her a dummy.
What do you think? What do you think about that, Nikki?
Yeah, that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
It was good. It was a really good presentation. And what he got out of that was everybody contacting you and want to know more. Everybody's contacting me. We want to know more. We want to know what's going on. What can we do? We want to sign for these classes.
Right. Well, the thing is, and Nikki, you did great with that. And the beauty of it is Nikki demonstrated perfectly. You don't have to be Bruce Lee. You don't have to be a black belt ninja martial artist to be able to defend yourself.
No, you taught everybody tools that we can use to defend ourselves. As simple as a magazine rolled up.
That's it. You know how many people I know have that thing right now because of you?
Awesome.
That is an amazing device.
One of my favorite tools. Yeah.
You know what I think we should do? Maybe today or tomorrow. We should film a Instagram reel on how to roll the magazine, and we can put that on our page and put that on your page so our viewers can see, because I think it's a very helpful tool to have.
Just let the audience know what this is. What Russell does, he takes a magazine, he rolls it so tight and bands it together, it becomes a lethal weapon. It becomes like a stick.
Well, certainly it'll get your attention.
Oh my God.
It could be lethal, but it serves as a force multiplier. It serves as a visual deterrent, which is a big deal because, again, I say this when I'm doing these presentations. They interviewed a group of violent criminals in prison who had been arrested for rape, murder, beatings, the most heinous crimes. And almost all of them said, when interviewed, that they never selected their victims at random, but chose them carefully based on a criteria of vulnerability, insecurity, easily subjugated behavior, and lack of awareness.
Yes.
So if you're walking around with your face in your phone, looking lost and sheepish, you're the easy prey that they're looking for.
Exactly.
So a woman like Nikki walking with her head up, her shoulders back, and that "don't mess with me" look, and a rolled up magazine in her hand, they're going to go, I'll wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Right.
And also that thing that you gave her too, that cat little device.
Yep.
Something like that, as simple as that is, can really save you someday.
Yep. The kitty cat key guard.
Oh, man.
My friend, also very talented martial artist, Spice Williams Crosby, designed that one. You should have her on the show. She's a handful.
Oh, I'd love to. I'd
She's
love to.
amazing.
That'd be great.
But yeah, anything like that, because this is what I say, regarding MDS, because it's not a sport. It's not traditional martial arts. It's self-defense. And people go, oh, MMA, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the best. And yeah, they're very effective in the octagon, in the ring. But is a woman's Nikki size going to honestly trade punches or kicks with an attacker my size?
Yeah, exactly.
Not in live, not on the street. So we need something that applies principles that levels the playing field. Biomechanics, vital targets, and again, having a force multiplier like a magazine, even a pen, can make all the difference in the world. The difference between life and death.
Well, that's awesome. Now, you've been actually, teaching classes right here at our studio, which is fantastic. And we are actually building another room here, so you're having a bigger and a better place, once we get all that established. Yeah. And again, we'll start putting the word out too as well, with advertising for you to build your classes up for you for sure.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm passionate about empowering people to never have to be a victim. Yeah. I'm not trying to create UFC champions. Right? It's not about alpha, fighters or military elite. Look, this is for the every man, every woman, the grandmother, the mother that needs to know how to defend herself against violent crime.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm passionate about.
And it's nice to see. I've seen some of your classes, and you have from elderly to
teenagers.
You got a variety. And in the one like the seminar you did up at Godspeak that day too. Yeah. You had a variety of people in there. Yeah. And they were all engaged. And I love that little demonstration you did too. You know what's so funny? Nikki was waiting for it, and she missed it.
I was, why? Because I was busy recording.
That's true.
And I had it on my phone though.
But it was so funny. What Russell did, he staged something where a guy came in a black hoodie, and it was a hot summer day, and just sat down with a duffel bag next to a lady, and he eventually gets up, leaves the duffel bag there, goes, grabs the lady's purse, and leaves, and see what happens. Well, when he did that, dude, the lady was sitting next to him. I saw her. She's just like, she's looking at that duffel bag going, what's going on? What's going on?
But nobody did anything.
Nobody
said anything.
I know.
Right? Which is like, here we go.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we're looking for the anomalies. We're looking for what's out of place. A guy comes in a black hoodie with a hood up in the middle of summer.
Exactly.
Come on, that should be your warning light going off.
100% there.
So teaching people what to look for.
I do agree there. Now, Russell, what I hear is your social media is blowing up. Didn't you get something like over 1 million hits on something?
Yeah, it's crazy. Here's the best part of it, Brian, is a large number of them are haters saying that what I said happened never happened. Yeah. It's hysterical. I love it. And it's funny because I told a couple of stories from my youth. Right. One, I went to Thailand to train Muay Thai. I sparred a Thai guy half my size, hit him with everything I had, right, left kick, elbow. Nothing worked. He just backed up and said, good warm up, and then proceeded to kick my butt. All these Muay Thai guys in the comments are like, that's BS, that never happened. If you hit a Thai with an elbow in sparring, it would start a war, just blah, 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 right? And the other story is about a pub fight in Scotland. Young and dumb, walked into a Scottish pub, ordered a Coors Light. The woman gives me a Guinness and said, at some point, this guy taps me on the shoulder, asks if I'm an American, if I've ever had a Glasgow kiss, which is a headbutt.
Yeah.
And then this fight breaks out. All these guys in the comments like, that's nonsense. Guinness is Irish, you idiot. Your accent sucks. Never happened. Blah, blah, blah,
oh
blah,
my
blah,
God.
right? And it's hysterical. Like, to me, and it had me thinking for a second, I'm like, crap, did it actually happen the way I remembered it happening? Probably not. And I realized that, here's the thing. These events happened over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
One, it was a different world back then. Two, I don't remember what I had for breakfast 2 days ago, let alone events from 20 years ago. Is there a chance I embellished this story over the years for entertainment value? Yeah, of course. But I didn't do it to make myself sound cool. No. It's not like I was like, yeah, I fought the Thai champion and beat his butt. I had my butt handed to me in both situations, which I openly admitted. But It's funny. Like, I don't know about you. If me personally, if I see something, and Nikki, you're probably the same. If I see something on the internet that somebody says or whatever that I don't agree with, I'm just like, whatever, and I move on.
So do I. So
Right?
do I.
Like, I think you have to have a special kind of pain in your soul to sit on the internet all day looking for people to disagree with, so you can go, nah, this
I
guy
know,
sucks.
I know.
Like, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It really is. You know.
Sure, you know what? For the haters, let me fix the story for you. I went to Thailand and I trained Muay Thai. I was horrible at it, and I was a soft and weak American. I fought this Thai guy, sparred this Thai guy, half my size, hit him with everything I had, which wasn't much. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I do remember it had zero effect. He said good warm up and proceeded to kick my butt. Now, this was from the perspective of a soft and weak American who wasn't very good at Muay Thai. So while it felt like he was kicking my butt to me, to him, he was probably just playing patty cakes. There. Feel better? I went to Scotland. I lived in Scotland for a year when I was 18. When I first got there, went into a Scottish pub, ordered a Coors Light. The woman looked at me like I was an idiot and gave me a Guinness. I don't know why she gave me a Guinness instead of a McEwen's. That's what she did. At some point in the night, a guy tapped me on the shoulder, asked me about being American, asked me if I ever had a Glasgow kiss, tried to give me one. A fight ensued, which I lost. Afterwards, we chummed up and had a pint together. That's it. That's the story. You can't prove it didn't happen. I can't prove it did. So what?
Exactly. So let me ask you, so that's how you posted the stories. That's how,
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't say like you were just Mr. You beat up.
No,
You just,
no.
You actually said, hey, I got my butt handed to me.
I made the stories entertaining, but I told what happened.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you didn't use an elbow. Okay, maybe I didn't use an elbow. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Russell, we got
It's
the
so
same.
funny.
We got the same flack. Whenever I released our first PSA on high capacity magazines, I did this for a reason. It wasn't to show that the do's and don'ts of being a law officer or military man or something like that. I showed what these laws were doing. So I did a scenario. What I do, I get hit. That's because your guy was blinking. He shut his eyes. He wasn't trained. He's this, he's that.
Right.
You did that. Double tap, this, that, blah, blah. It just kept going on and on and on and on. I would always comment back for a while. Yeah. It's not about that. Yeah. It's about showing what these laws are doing to the law-abiding citizen. Yep. It's just a scenario. We use actors. It just could be,
Right.
But people have to always lash out at you like they're the smart one and you're the idiot.
Again, they got a special kind of pain in their soul.
I don't get it.
Joe Rogan himself said never read the comments, but here's the blessing in all of this for me. Because it rocked me at first because I was reading the comments, but I'm like, one, I get to thicken my skin and not care what the internet trolls say about me or think about me. Two, I realize that I don't have to embellish or recycle stories from 20 years ago to be liked, accepted, or good enough. No. And if I'm seeking that validation from the internet, I'm in big trouble anyway. Yeah. The truth is, I am a flawed and imperfect man.
We all are. We all are. But you know what, Russell?
Right?
We all are. But you know what? What you're doing is absolutely amazing. You're giving a service to people.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
And you're doing a great service.
Thank you.
You're not doing anything wrong.
Right. Well, that's just it.
You're not BSing people. You're not trying to scam people. No. I'll take their money out. I won't teach them anything. No, you're doing a great service.
No.
So you have nothing to be ashamed about.
No.
And your stories that you had back in the day, people ripping on that, so be it.
Right.
So be it. Tell them to just.
It's whatever. I mean, look. Yeah. I'm doing my best to be a better man every day, and I'm trying to leave a legacy of making the difference in some way, somehow, that the world and people's lives are just a little bit better because I was here for a brief moment, and I'm not always successful at it. I'm not always perfect at it, but I'm trying. And if somebody wants to hate on me for that,
exactly,
God bless them. God bless
Russell,
you. You know what? I truly hope you find peace for all the turmoil in your heart. I really do. God
exactly.
Bless you.
Russell, you said something there too. That's why we did the show, to make a difference, to save a life. And we got an email. We got emails. But I read one of my emails about a guy saying how we maybe saved him and his family's life because he listened to us. We made a difference, and you're making a difference, and that's what it's all about. People can rip on us all day long if they want.
Yeah, yeah. Like again, people faulting my stories. I'm like, go away. I don't care. When I've got a woman who has suffered rape or domestic violence or any manner of horrors that should never befall a woman, and she says to me, "Your classes changed my life."
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Mission complete. I've made a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
When they've gotten their power back, when they feel safe to walk the streets or keep their business open, that's it. And
Exactly.
I try not to get emotional talking about that because that means everything.
Yeah.
Nobody should ever have to be a victim. Period.
100%.
I mean that, and that's my mission moving forward. That's why I teach MDS. That's why I do what I do.
Yes, exactly. Now, when I first met Nikki, Nikki, a little bit on the timid side. I saw things about her. She was very vulnerable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being mean to you.
I
Trust
hope
me.
not.
Trust me.
Now, when you first met her, you're like, hey there. Hey there.
But since I've been with her, since I've been teaching her, self-awareness and she learned how to shoot guns. She's learned training. She's become more of a different person. She's become more aware.
Well, you have to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
It's not just about using the weapon.
Right.
And just like
That's the last thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm not teaching her the whole Mastro Defense System like you would do, but just giving her a little bit of that makes a difference. And what you're doing is making a difference for people too. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. That's why we brought you aboard the Open Arms Project, because that's what we're all about. We're making a difference with gun ownership and safety and family values and mental health issue and gun ownership, and you're making a difference with the self-awareness and the self-defense. It all comes together. It's to help people.
Absolutely.
It's doing nothing but helping people.
100%.
And I love that about you.
Thank you.
And I knew that the first day I met you and we started talking.
Yeah.
That's who you were.
Yeah.
You're real.
Thank you.
I don't care what those.
Even if I got fluffed up stories.
You know what? Those fluff them up. It's okay, man. Those people.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Okay,
fun
let me ask you this: what's in the future here for Russell, Mastro Defense Systems? Where are we going?
Well, for me personally, I want to continue working with these groups. We're doing packages, a 6-week package, something like that, where we can give them the foundation that they need to avoid a violent encounter if at all possible.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, I love this from one of the students in the church group, the self-defense classic Godspeak that we did. We were running scenarios where we're, keeping distance. Hey, look, I don't want any problems. Stay back, stay back. Mm-hmm. And the attacker started accelerating towards her, and she tried running backwards. I'm like, wait, stop. There's no way that I can sprint backwards faster than somebody can sprint forwards.
Yeah.
It's impossible. And what she realized, she goes, you know what? I realized there's a decision point. We're going to do everything we can to avoid violence, to avoid the altercation, to avoid engaging. But at a certain point, evasion is no longer an option. Violence is the best choice that you have to ensure your survival at that point. And that moment, now we become the aggressor. Mm-hmm. And she did that, and she cleaned house. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing because, again, simple principles. I'm not teaching anybody to go up against a UFC champion.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching anybody to roll with a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. Mm-hmm. Most attackers on the street are not those guys anyway. But simple principles work.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so recognizing that is amazing, and we're going to do everything we can to avoid it. I've quoted Tim Larkin before. I love his work. He's another self-defense expert. He said that violence is rarely the answer, but when it is, it's the only answer. Mm-hmm. So knowing that decision point, boom, you take action and you go. So I'm going to continue working with these groups, doing these packages. Certainly open to expanding to more groups. And when we start teaching classes here out of the Open Arms Studios, that's going to be amazing. We'll be able to start bringing in more and more groups.
Oh, yeah.
Working with Cliff Odette and MDS North America, we're working on expanding MDS in the United States so that people have access to it. Because I've got guys in Houston like, oh, there's no class here. Will you fly to Houston to teach me? Same thing in Austin, same thing in Florida. And we're working on expanding MDS so that it does become accessible and available to a lot more people.
Yeah.
By the way, another incredible guest for your show would be Cliff O'Dead.
Oh, yeah, be fantastic.
He's an amazing man and one of my mentors and teachers, and his story is crazy. He's one of those guys that I'm really glad he's on my side.
Yeah, I would love to have him on my show. Really, that'd be fantastic.
Fred Mastro, he'll be in the U.S., but it's in Indiana. I don't know how long he's here, but if he ever comes to California again, I will definitely bring him on.
That'd be great.
And what I love about Fred, Cliff too, it's really true of, and John McAllister, who is the head of MDS Indiana. This is really true of all the core group of MDS. They're warriors of the heart. Fred Mastro, God help you if you ever face him in a dark alley. Like one of his quotes is, "I'm not the best, I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, I am the most vicious." And he means it. He's true.
Yeah.
But he operates from his heart. He shares that same heart to make a difference and to help people that would not be able to defend themselves change that. Like, that's why he does what he does. I mean, he's trained special forces, counterterrorism, homeland security. It's helping everyday people never have to be a victim. And so that's where we share that mission, and I'm happy to take up that torch with MDS, with Cliff, with Fred, with John, with all of the core pack, to make a difference in the world. That's what it's about.
Perfect. Okay, Russell, why don't you tell the people again where they can find you, where they can read about you, where they can sign up for class,
and where they can see those stories you were talking about.
There you go.
The stories are on my Instagram, and for anybody who wonders, my social media is G.Russell Reynolds. My first name is George. I was named George after my father, his father before him. But my parents divorced when I was 3. So we had a fractured relationship for a lot of years, didn't speak for a lot of years. But when my dad was diagnosed with terminal cancer, I put the G back in front of my name to honor him and facilitate healing between us before he died, which it did. I'm grateful I got to spend the last days with him. But, I didn't just change my name to George because after 40 some odd years, people be like, "What? Who?" Yeah. So G. Russell Reynolds. And I get some people like, "Do I call you G Money?" I'm like, "No, please don't. Please don't ever do that." But yeah, G. Russell Reynolds is my social media handle. So Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Not doing TikTok, but I haven't gone that far yet.
We'll leave links to your social media on the description below.
Okay,
So people can just click on it.
Now, is that where they can sign up for classes?
No.
Okay.
Mastro, Mastro, Defense, Defense. It's spelled with the C in Europe, so SE, System, Los Angeles @gmail.com.
Okay.
Mastro Defense System, Los Angeles @gmail.com.
Again, that will be on the description, so everyone can just click the description and see all the links.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's our social media guru, by the way. You know that.
Not worthy.
I try.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm just glad that people know what we're at. So, anything else going on right now?
There's a lot of things going on. I'm trying to think of all of it off the top of my head.
Russell, we can always keep having coming back and giving updates and stuff like that. There's no reason why we can't do that.
Yeah. See if we can get to 2 million views of haters.
There you go. Yeah.
And again, if we can get Cliff or Fred on,
That'd be phenomenal.
Incredible.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I would love to do that because again, we share the same mission. You're about making a difference and helping people.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
And there's a lot of darkness in the world right now.
I know.
But here's what I really believe. The darkness isn't getting stronger. It's getting revealed. It's not getting stronger. It's getting revealed. So the more of us that stand up and go, no, not on my watch, the better we are.
Yeah.
As a whole.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope it works out that way.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's just sometimes kind of frustrating when you see these just people that are so evil and prospering, over the I
You're gonna start a whole new episode if you go down that rabbit hole.
I know it. I get very irritated sometimes, when I see the good, having the problems and the evil prospering. Sometimes.
Well, and again, this is why the work that you're doing, the work that I'm doing, the work that Cliff is doing, everybody together. I'm sure every guest on your show is standing up.
Oh,
right. Because one of my favorite quotes is that the only thing necessary see if I can get it right. Now I'm blanking on it. The only thing necessary for the continuation of evil is for good men to do nothing. You know, and it's not continuation. I'm misquoting it, but it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing, good women to do nothing. So if you're just like, oh, I'm going to just turn a blind eye and stick my head in the sand and play dumb ostrich, then you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
We all are. And there's days when I just want to do that. I just want to go back to bed and pretend it's not there, but we can't.
I know it. Well, that's why we're fighting the fight every day.
Together
That's
we
what we're
win,
doing. We just
right?
keep pushing, you know?
Yeah.
The more people we can maybe turn a little bit, I think we're doing something.
And as one of my warrior brothers said, together we win.
Yeah, that's true.
Together we
That's
win.
right. It's all good. Yeah. Well, Russell, it's been a pleasure having you back.
Always
I'm
good to
glad
see
we
you
got
guys.
that out there now about all those great comments.
Keep them coming, guys.
You know, I mean, I do understand your frustration, but I tell you what, I would just say, you know, so what, you know,
Exactly.
that's the way it goes. All right, again, buddy,
Thank you, bro.
we're gonna do more of this. In fact, you have a class tonight, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, got a few minutes here.
There you go.
Yeah, right here at the Open Arms Studios.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, buddy. All right, Nikki, why don't you let everybody know where they can find us?
You can find Open Arms on Instagram, openarms.tv. You can find us on our website, openarms.tv. And if you have any questions for Russell or for Brian, you can send us a tweet at openarmsdt, the letter DT, on Twitter.
All right. That's our show for today. And always remember, safety, family, and the Second Amendment. Have a good day.